Hi there, and welcome back to Daily Bible Promises with a Twist. And as always, we start off with a verse from the New International Version. And this is Proverbs 28, verse 20. However, the NIV version is vastly different than a whole lot of the other translations. So this is Proverbs 28, verse 20. A faithful person will be richly blessed. And today we're going to be reading that same verse plus verse 19 in chapter 28 of Proverbs using the Message translation. Work your garden, you'll end up with plenty of food. Play and party, you'll end up with an empty plate. Committed and persistent work pays off. Get rich quick schemes are ripoffs. So just a reminder, who wrote the book of Proverbs? King Solomon. King Solomon was known as the wisest man of his generation. King Solomon inherited a vast amount of riches from his father, King David, and he multiplied those riches through wise investments and through seeking the Lord for wisdom. So, one of the most successful rulers of his time gives us a couple of nuggets that we can take to heart today. I think we could admit that we've all hoped that somehow a huge financial windfall would land in our laps somehow. The chances of that happening are very slim to none. So Solomon says, plant your garden. That means to take what resources you have now, whether that be financial or whether it be your talents or your giftings, and use them wisely. Plant seeds for your future, and not just for your future, but for future generations. Make wise decisions with your finances, and if extra money happens to come along your way, don't blow it all at once. Plant the seeds, because if you're going to play and party, you're going to end up with an empty plate if you were not already planning for your future. I have yet to see a vegetable garden that didn't have a large variety of vegetables growing in that garden. It would be a very poor decision of a gardener just to have a garden full of spinach, for example. Think, how can you use the gifts and talents and resources that God has given you today in multiple ways to bless your life and to bless the world around you? There are so many get-rich schemes out there. All of these financial schemes play into that daydream that we all have, that wouldn't it be nice if we actually didn't have to put a whole lot of effort into seeing the rewards of the fruit of our labor. But you can't see the fruit of your labor unless there's some labor involved. Carefully examine anything that promises you a great reward without an investment of effort on your part. And remember that there is safety in a multitude of counselors. And don't be afraid to seek the counsel of those around you who you can see manage their finances and their talents and their gifts wisely. Ask them for tips and ask them for counsel and advice when you come across something that seems too good to be true.